Hi guys, today's going to be our second part this week of our fraction lesson. Last time we talked about fractions. We talked about how a fraction has to be divided into equal parts. And now that we know that a fraction has to be divided in equal parts, we're going to be talking about the difference between a half and a fourth. So a half is divided into two equal parts, while a fourth is divided into four equal parts. Pretty easy to tell the difference. Half and fourths. Now, one thing that's interesting about halves and fourths, the number 2 is smaller than the number 4. But if you were to take something and divide it into a half, your piece would be much bigger than it is a fourth. So for example, if Miss Rodriguez had a piece or had let's say a Snickers bar. If I divide my Snicker bar in half, two equal parts, this is 1/2, and this is another 1/2. When I put this part and this part together, it makes one whole piece. Now, if I take that same candy bar and this time I divide it into fourths, 4 equal parts. This is 1/4, and I'm just going to do an abbreviation because my boxes are small. 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. When I put those pieces together, it equals 1 whole. But you can see that 1/2 is bigger than 1/4. Anyway, today what we're really going to be looking for is trying to figure out if what you're looking at is divided into halves or to fourths. So I have some pictures that Miss Rodriguez is going to mix up a bit, and we are going to look at them and decide if they're halves or they're fourths, guys. So first one up is a square, and I made a line down the middle. I see there's 2 parts, so this is divided into halves. Now, if I take that same square and now I look at it, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, this is divided into fourths. Halves and fourths. It's the same square, but they are divided different ways. Here is a circle with a line down the middle. There's 1, 2 parts. So this is a half. We have a picture of a heart, and it's divided into 2 parts. So this is also divided into halves. Now here I have a rectangle, and it's divided into 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. So it's fourths. This is a pentagon, a shape we haven't talked too much about, but it has 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's divided into 2 equal parts, so it's halves. Here is a triangle divided into 1, 2 parts, so this one is also halves. Here on this next one, we have a rectangle, and it's divided into 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So it's divided into fourths. Now my last two are shapes that are the same, but you can see that they're divided a little bit differently. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is divided into fourths. And then this is divided into 1, 2 halves. So like I said, today we're really focusing on what is a half and what is a fourth. Remembering that halves have 2 equal parts and fourths have 4 equal parts. Today on your assignment, you are going to be trying to divide shapes. You're going to use the drawing tools that are on the Google slide. You'll have the pictures and you're going to divide them as directed. So what that means is you might get a picture like this, and it's going to say divide it into halves. So you're going to go and you're going to make a line that shows it's divided into halves, which I know you guys are ready to do. So good luck, have fun, and I'll talk to you soon.